Good evening, everybody. Hopefully you all are having yourselves a wonderful Sunday today. Just waking up a little bit, and I wanted to kind of talk about what's been going on with the Fortnite item shop as of late, because they've been keeping us on our toes, man. Today's bestsellers, already made a video about that. I think it's a amazing change that they added to the game to let people know, hey, this is what's really being bought right now, because we've always had that thought in the back of our head, like, why do they keep bringing back the same stuff? People aren't still buying those things, right? Well, it turns out that yes, they are. And once again, I'm kind of shocked by this. The Lamborghini Urus SE bundle is actually the #1 most sold thing in the shop right now, which I find to be interesting because I didn't think cars were that popular, but turns out that I am kind of wrong on that. I'm not really a car guy IRL or anything like that, but this is what it looks like for the top 10. We're not talking about this today, even though, again, I think that today's bestsellers is a really cool little idea. We're talking about this today. So Fortnite brought back the season shop, and I don't know why they did this. I want to talk about it a little bit with you guys. In case you somehow don't know, back in Chapter 1, Season 1, in the very beginning, they had a season shop for the Aerial Assault Trooper, the Renegade Raider skin, the Raider's Revenge pickaxe, and the Aerial Assault 1 glider, okay? To unlock those cosmetics, you had to level up, and then you unlocked the ability to purchase the items. Back in 2017, people hated this. This was a very unpopular thing that they did, and they didn't do it again until 2 days ago when they brought this set out with the Darth Jar Jar set. This wasn't a thing. They haven't done this in over like 7 years, and they're doing it now, which I find interesting. Now, I'll tell you why they're doing this. It's very obvious as to what gave them the motivation to try this again, but we'll get to that. The season shop actually did come back with Renegade Raider and Aerial Assault Trooper and everything else in the stuff and everything. That came back recently. I don't remember the exact date. I kind of want to look it up real fast here. This came back on December 19th of 2024, so about 6 months ago. I can't believe it's been 6 months. That's insane. But yeah, they brought out all of the season shop stuff when they were deemed to not necessarily be exclusive, but yeah, to be deemed exclusive. I don't think anyone thought that these cosmetics were coming back at all. I didn't think so. Everyone didn't think so. And it's kind of backwards thinking too, because like they brought that back, but they didn't bring out any of the battle pass stuff from like Chapter 1, Season 2. Maybe it's because they maybe had a little bit more writing into the battle passes saying that these definitely can't come back, but with like season shop, they never specified that they can't. I don't know. I'm guessing that's probably the reason. But anyway, they do this, they bring it back, and it's insanely popular. Renegade Raider is one of the most popular skins in all of Fortnite, and people have been dying for that skin to come back. Again, even though we all thought like, well, that's impossible. It was season shop, Chapter 1, Season 1. There's no way they're bringing that back. They brought it back anyway for Fortnite OG's celebration. So they did that. And that had to be red hot popular, okay? Everyone had to be buying Renegade Raider. Everyone had to be buying Raider's Revenge. I doubt many people were buying the glider. I doubt many people were buying Aerial. Unfortunately, I think Aerial is very underrated. I think that's a great skin. But in general, it was a success. Obviously, it was a wild success with the season shop. No one complained about it. You want to know why? Well, there was a few reasons. Number one, you brought back Renegade Raider and Aerial Assault Trooper and Raider's Revenge. You brought out everything that people have been begging for 7 years. Of course, people weren't going to complain about, oh, they have to get a little bit of XP to get the cosmetics to buy them. Like, no one was going to complain about that. Like I said, they complained back in 2017, not because the skins were rare. They had no idea they would be rare, but because the idea of forcing someone to play the game for experience to then unlock the ability to purchase said thing is kind of ridiculous, and also it was really hard to level up back then. One other thing I wanted to mention about why no one really complained about like the season shop stuff either is because you could play on like a Fortnite creative map that would have an XP exploit that would let you like the game think you have the XP that you need to get the cosmetics, even though you didn't gain a single XP. I remember doing that, and I was able to buy everything right away. With this, I imagine that there's probably gonna be something similar where if you really wanted to buy Darth Jar Jar, you could probably just play a creative map for like 5 minutes, maybe less, and just get the XP to get it. You know, it can't be that complicated. At least that's what I think. They didn't like it before, but now that people like it because you brought back the OG stuff, you can do it again. And listen, I'm not going to complain about this. I don't have a horse in this race. I don't care if they do it like this, but I'm more conflicted on why they're doing it, right? So they bring back the OG season shop again in 2024. Then they do this. Now we have Prove Your Power. This is a new season shop-esque thing where once again you have to gain levels to unlock the ability to purchase these things. I don't know if people are going to be as happy with this as they were with Renegade and Ariel, because those were cosmetics people wanted. These cosmetics are kind of cool. I don't really care for Darth Jar Jar. I don't really get the reasoning behind him. I know he's like a fan theory sort of thing, and they made him into a skin, which is huge, and everyone's like losing their minds over that. But like the fact that they're like forcing players to play the game to then buy the cosmetic, like what if they don't have the time to play the game? What if they just want to buy the cosmetics? So it says here that these will be removed on June 6th of 2025. Okay. So you have about like a little bit over 2 weeks, 3 weeks around that to get this stuff. Then it says here, this item may return to the item shop with or without requiring XP to unlock the ability to purchase. So this can just come back whenever, and it may return without needing XP. So it's like they're kind of capitalizing on XP right now because they want people to play the game. And I've seen the numbers. I've checked Fortnite.gg. I've seen the tweets. Fortnite right now is at one of its lowest it's ever been, probably because not a lot of people care about Star Wars, or the weaponry is just not all that. The locations, not all that. I think people are excited for like the Darth Vader AI thing, which I guess I could talk about in a separate video if you guys really want me to talk about that. With this in mind, I do find it interesting that they're doing this, and it almost feels like they're doing it because they need more people to play their game, because their player count right now is really bad. Still not like dead bad, but like low. It's lower than usual. And I mean, like I said, I think the set's pretty cool. I wouldn't mind maybe getting the wrap at least. And the backbling seems pretty cool too. But Darth Jar Jar, maybe I do get it. I don't know. I don't really care for Jar Jar Binks. I didn't even buy the original Jar Jar Binks. I just don't really care that much. And with how much Disney brings back all of their Star Wars stuff anyway, if I really wanted Jar Jar Binks again, I guarantee you it's going to come back within the next 2 months. But my point is that like, yeah, they're bringing back Season Shop because they want people to play the game right now. I guarantee you this probably was going to be sold in a bundle, but then they thought about this. It's wild to me. I'm not mad about this at all. I just find it interesting that they are doing this, because was this the plan from the start, or do they really want people to just play their game to then unlock the ability to purchase the stuff? Because remember, you have to still pay for this. If you want this, it's 1,500 V-Bucks still, which we've talked about this too, where like the skins and the backblings are sold separate, which everyone's been asking for years. But then when they do that, they then don't decrease the price of the skin and the backbling separate. In fact, if anything, they made it more expensive. Like, there's no way you're going to tell me that Darth Jar Jar was going to be 2,000 V-Bucks with the backbling. So you save 100 V-Bucks if you buy them separate. You probably would have charged them 1,200, and then the backbling should have been like 200 to 300. So that's a little weird, but people haven't been complaining nearly as much about it, so they're not really going to do anything about it. Until people flat out just stop buying stuff in the game, they're not going to change their prices. Like, not many people are complaining enough about it. I think it sucks. I don't think it's like the biggest deal ever, because it's not that different with the V-Bucks, but at the same time, yeah, I mean, it seems a little weird with that. But that's kind of what I wanted to talk about today. I know this kind of video is all over the place, but it is interesting to know that yes, we do have this sort of thing in the game. It's the season shop is back. If you really want Darth Jar Jar, you have to get 15 levels to get him, but it could also just come back in another version of the season shop, or maybe it just comes out without XP, because it literally says here, items may return to the item shop with or without requiring XP to unlock the ability to purchase. So it almost kind of tells me that they weren't planning on making this a XP grind thing, but then they saw the player numbers and were like, oh, well, we probably need to convince people to play the game to buy this cosmetic. So, I mean, if we look at the top 10, I don't even think Darth Jar Jar, none of the Darth Jar Jar stuff is even in the top 10 at all. I don't think it was there yesterday either. Like, I don't think many people are buying this. Maybe it's a turnoff for making people want to play the game to unlock it. I could see it. I mean, the XP is not that bad. You could easily gain the levels, just play the game, but I don't know. People just aren't enjoying the Star Wars season, maybe. I don't know. I mean, you can play other stuff. You can play Ballistic. I like Ballistic a lot. You can play, I almost said Minecraft. You can play the Lego mode. You could do a lot of things to level up. You don't need to play Battle Royale if it's really bothering you that much. Reload's pretty good. Team Rumble is pretty fun. You can play creative maps. There's a lot of good creative maps out there. There's a lot of ways to gain XP, but that's about it. That's about the video I wanted to talk about today. What do you guys think about them bringing back the season shop. It's interesting to say the least. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, let me know with the like, comment, and subscribe. Code iTalk if you'd like to support me. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will catch you all later. See ya.